No, we want to keep our security system.
All right, we're live. You guys are talking about me. I
All
don't like it.
right.
What's up, Darren Seachrist?
Hey.
Darren.
Darren,
Finally.
finally. Can we
Yeah.
see it? Let's see. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we can
Yeah.
see it. This
After months of
this is
him
a-
begging to be on our
That's
podcast.
all,
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
all I talk about.
outright bribery. He's resorted to all kinds of stuff. He even kidnapped one of my cats.
Did you guys want cash, or should I, like, how are we going to handle this?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
Yeah,
that's cool.
cash works.
Big
Cash.
check.
$2 whole dollars
Sweet.
each. Yep.
Wait, each?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
All right.
Is that going to be a problem?
That's fine.
Adam, talk to him. I'm going to tweet.
Okay,
ahead.
Brandon's tweeting. So, Darren, you're a comic,
Yeah.
comedian.
Yep. Right here in Connecticut.
Tell us what that's like.
Well, I feel like we know each other too well for this to actually be a conversation that we're having now.
Tell me about what was the last show you did?
Last show I did would have been maybe one of the Joker's shows. It's been a while since I did anything.
The last good show you did.
It was Joker's, of course.
Of course.
And Joker's is the best. No, yeah.
Tell
I
me
mean,
about the you recently did a festival thing in Cambridge, Massachusetts, right?
Yes, I did, Adam. I did recently do a festival in Cambridge.
How much time did you do?
Well, that's the interesting thing, Brandon. I did two
That's me.
sets on back-to-back nights, and then I did about 25 on each night. So that was pretty
Oh,
cool.
nice. How'd
Yeah.
that go? So, how many people were on the show?
Well, the thing was, it's a almost entirely music festival. So
Oh.
it goes like from it's called the I should tell you it's at Club Passim, which is like a famous folk club in Cambridge, and it goes from like Friday night to Monday, and they do it on Labor Day weekend, and then they do it on Memorial Day weekend. So they do it twice a year, and then like all that time you buy one pass, and you get to see all the acts for the whole long weekend. And I was one of the acts, so there was like 50 acts on the.
So,
whole
paid
show.
gig?
Yeah. Well, it all worked out the way I did some time on it.
We're
A
getting
lot
our
of
$4.
exposure. I got a lot of exposure. It was a really good thing though because totally different kind of crowd. Like people are like music crowds. I don't know if you guys have ever done like a music mic or a music show, but a lot of people told me it's a big nightmare to do comedy.
I mean,
music
that's
show.
what I've heard. I've never done it. I've never done comedy at like a music show or, being the only comedy act on a variety show. I've never done that. I don't know. To me, it seems like it would be difficult. I don't know.
I think I could see it being that way, and like people are expecting music, so when they have to
Yeah.
listen, they're like, eh. But I think with folk music, it's a little different because they're sort of like a lot of folk musicians are sort of storytellers, so they're talking in between. So if you go up and talk for 20 minutes, they're cool with that. So
Yeah.
so it went really well. There were maybe 50 people the first night and more the next night. So
Oh, okay.
two really good shows.
And you
Oh.
did two completely different 25-minute sets.
Yeah, I did. That was
That's-
sort of the fun of like trying to make it a challenge and.
Do
see
you
if I
have that
could
much
do
material, DC Crest? You're holding out on us?
Not good material, no.
Well,
But you mix it in with the good. I got about 7 good
this
minutes.
camera keeps falling. Sorry, guys.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Keep talking.
So you got so you did two 25-minute sets, completely different. What was your
Yeah.
prep like for that? And
Uh,
were you just doing a lot of like rehearsing to yourself, or were you just a lot of memorization? Did you already have it memorized?
I had to memorize a lot of new stuff. So I spent a lot of time like when I'm commuting, I do it a lot. Like I'll just
Oh,
say it out
okay.
loud because it doesn't bother anybody. And I have a long commute. Like if I try to do it in my house, my wife and my daughter are like, you can just please shut up now. Please stop talking. But so that's what it was. A lot of practicing and
Very supportive family.
Yeah,
A lot of don't quit your day job, Dad.
yeah. For a lot of for many reasons.
No, that's cool. So you kind of use that commute time to work on everything. So
Yeah.
how far in advance did you know that you were going to do this?
I had like a month and a half.
Okay.
And I wrote some stuff specifically for this, like stuff about like kind of music related material and stuff. So I did some stuff about Bob Dylan, who I guess like he kind of got his start at this club. That was one of the first places that put him on.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I did a couple jokes about like what it would be like to be a musician playing there. And Bob Dylan, I guess, used to go up in between the other acts. So they'd let him go up, like, and he was this new unknown guy.
Wow.
And like
That's
how hard it would
crazy.
be to like follow Bob. Like you think it's like some nobody coming up to do a couple minutes.
Yeah.
It'd be like us, like,
Yeah.
oh, this Louis C.K. guy is gonna do a few minutes
Yeah.
in between your sets. And you're like, who's he? And then he comes
Yeah.
out and he murders, and you have to follow him.
That would be very difficult.
Yes.
I think that happens though sometimes to headliners with feature acts at the level. You know.
What?
So I mean, I guess you just have to deal with it. Like a feature will go out there and just murder it, and then you're like,
Oh yeah.
oh, now I have to headline. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, I've heard there's like specific like headlining comedians who purposely bring not the greatest comics on the road to open for them, so that way the feature
Yeah.
actually kind of eats it, and then the headliner can go up and look like a god.
Yeah.
You know, and that's not
Stacking
really.
the deck.
Yeah, that's not really right either.
How do you feel about that DC crest?
I'm against that.
Yeah, good.
And if
Is
if
that
elect-
why? Is that
if
why you bring me
elected-
on the road with you, Darren?
If elected, I promise never to do that. Who'd you hear that about?
This camera situation.
I never heard about anybody specifically. I've heard Joe Rogan say that on his
Yeah.
podcast that he knows guys who have done that from the past and
Yeah.
people who still do. I'm thinking he probably was talking about Carlos Mencia because I feel like he's always
People like Carlos Mencia a lot.
Oh, he's-
very popular.
one of the best.
Yeah. He's
One of
like
the
a
best.
comics comic. Everybody's
Yeah,
like, if
oh,
I could be
yeah.
that guy, yes,
You
that's
know.
what I want out of comedy.
One word: originality. I mean,
Did you hear how he got? This is horrible. Brad, who's the little person comedian? What's his name? Brad
Wait,
Williams?
before you go on, could you shake the camera around a little bit?
is that what they're really seeing? Is that the live feed?
Yeah.
We could always start this over again if you want.
But I've said so many great things so far.
We have so many.
How tall?
If
are
we can
supposed
start
to
this
be?
over, if you guys like. If not, I just want to go back to what I said. That joke I said about Jokers. I didn't mean that they put bad shows together.
You meant Joker sucks. I
No,
know.
no,
I
no.
know what you're getting at. I understand. Adam's like, we're definitely starting over now. This doesn't count.
All right, I think we're rolling now. No, you know what? I think we'll keep it in there because it'd be funny. I'll just put a thing at the beginning if anyone's listening or watching. Just it gets better. Trust me.
It was
yeah.
a sarcastic remark. I love Jokers. I love going there. It's my home
I mean,
club.
I like Joker's Wild. I don't know if the new people who own it or have the.
What are you gonna say?
I don't know if they have the right idea. I mean, obviously they want
I'm
to make
sure
money.
they have
you know,
the best ideas.
you're
I
in-
think they're fantastic.
I don't think they'll listen to this podcast. But
All
even
right,
if they do,
let's be honest.
This
I'm gonna be
podcast is going to be so major.
I don't really know them,
Here.
so I haven't met them. I'm
Yeah.
just upset that
I
there's no
met-
more Wednesday and Thursday shows. That's all.
Yeah.
So I don't know them, so I can't say. I don't have any firsthand knowledge.
I think they're experimenting right
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
and I think that maybe there will be a point in the future where they do bring back a weekday night of comedy, whether it's an open mic or whether it's a showcase show. I think I don't know if that's going to come sooner or later, but I feel like down the road that could be a possibility.
Yeah,
I
whether,
think- oh, go
whether or
ahead.
not that's good for them, it sucks for
Yeah.
Yeah,
Connecticut
exactly.
comedy.
As
you
a
know, it's
comic,
like,
yeah.
I mean,
It sucks
that
for
was
the
like
scene.
when I started back up a couple of years ago. It was Jokers had a mic and Funny Bone had a mic.
Oh, the
and
funny bone mic.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
neither of them. There'll be nights when you go there and be like, oh, why am I doing this? But most of the time, great. Those were the
90%
two
of the
best
time.
mics.
Only
You'd
when I
have-
was there, he's like, "Oh, why am I doing this?"
Mostly, yeah.
Yeah, I figured. But yeah, no, yeah, definitely, I have to agree with you. And it's,
Yeah, they're both gone.
yeah, you really can cultivate a really great comedy scene.
Exactly, with just one or two like
club that
primary
has an
Real
open
mics.
mic.
Yeah.
Because more people come to the mics at the clubs. It's just more official.
Yeah.
People see it. A lot of people try their first or second time. They'll just come with a group of friends, which is
Yeah.
always fun because then you
Yeah.
have an audience, a bigger
Yeah.
audience.
It just feels more legit when you're in a place that calls itself a comedy club.
Yeah.
Even though it's an open mic, so it doesn't really matter where
Yeah.
it's at. But I mean, if you're in a comedy club, it does add that legitimacy.
Yeah, and plus you don't really have to look hard. See, if you want to try comedy and you have this idea, you're like, oh, I have an idea. There's a small comedy club, and let me look on their website and see if they have, an open mic. It's not like you're going, oh, let me go on Bad Slava. You don't even know what that is. Bad Slava, by the way, shout out. It's an open mic website. So if you want to look for some open mics,
I was doing a mic in New
badslava.com.
York a long time ago, and I saw Slava at one of the mics.
Oh, really?
There is a real guy. His
Yeah.
name
What is Slava? Slava's a person?
Yeah,
he's
he's like a Russian
he's
guy, right?
Russian. He's very
What?
very Russian.
Ruski.
Yeah, he's so much so that you really couldn't understand him through his Russian accent,
Oh.
but he was still getting laughs.
Oh,
And even
close.
back then, he was introduced as like Bad Slava. They were like, "This is Slava of Bad Slava,"
Oh, yeah.
and
Yeah.
he got laughs.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. I've emailed him a few times because I have my mics listed there. and you have to email him, and he responds and everything. So he seems pretty cool. I
Yeah.
don't know.
If you don't know him, he was in Rocky 4.
Oh, all right.
He fought Rocky.
Drago.
I know who he is.
I'll break you.
I must break you.
I'll break you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever you
All
want
right,
to do.
that
All
joke brought
right.
this podcast to a screeching halt.
Yeah.
So
I
what's
like
gonna
it.
happen with the Connecticut comedy scene?
I've been thinking about that a lot. I posted
You
something
got
in
real mad
Connecticut
about
comedy.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because
I like happy, optimistic Brandon.
Yeah.
a
Wait,
lot
when
better.
did you get mad about
oh, you
it?
didn't see what I posted in CT
Real
Comics?
tantrum out of this guy.
Yeah, it wasn't horrible. I was
Stomping
just
his
saying.
feet.
No,
Yeah.
what'd you say?
I basically. Well, why don't you tell him? What did you get out of it?
I don't remember. Stuff you say is not that memorable, but
My mom always used to say that.
yeah, your mom said that to me too. What'd you say? No, you just said basically, everybody's complaining about mics or complaining about Jokers not doing
Jokers,
a
yeah.
mic during the week,
Oh.
and we got to get out and support
Other
Yeah.
mics,
other
like, get
mics
out
that
there,
are happening.
You know.
Okay.
And I think that's a fair point, but at the same time, I think like kind of what you were saying, like that everybody was like, okay, Jokers is the place kind of where you go
Yeah.
every week. You make a point to go, like,
Oh,
'cause you
yeah.
know you'll see everybody there. There's a chance there'll be some people who show up to like, oh, let's go see this open mic comedy and
Yeah,
see
yeah.
what's going on, or maybe someone brings 10 friends and,
Yeah.
and they hang out and watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's totally the point. But
But-
my point was more of, instead of complaining that Jokers isn't doing any of this, go
Get it.
out to an open mic, do something productive. Like sitting here bitching about it isn't gonna.
But don't you feel that complaining is a sort of being productive?
Yeah, well, it's a way to get out. If you have like anger
It's
or
an
something,
outlet.
it's an outlet. Or everybody just email or get a hold of the owner of Jokers, and if he has 100 people
Yeah.
saying we want an open mic, then they're gonna do an open mic. Like I don't know what to tell you. Just don't contact Pat Oates that way and tell him, because he has nothing to do with the shows. I told somebody. I got Pat really good. Some guy was coming in the area for a while and was asking for, like if he can get on a show on a Monday or Tuesday. And I was like, oh, get a hold of these guys. And I said, like Vinny Beetle, Pat Oates. So Pat Oates brought it up on his podcast. Pat Oates is sad. He's like, we were just talking about that. I don't know why you told people. And I go, listen, Pat, you're so hard to fuck with or insult that I just tell random comics to email you at 1 in the morning and ask him that's how I fuck with you. And he looked at me, he's like, fucker. That's what I
Man.
do. So yeah, contact Pat Oates. He'll definitely get you a headlining gig your first time.
Just mention my name.
Just mention
Mention
Darren
Dan Rice
Seachrist.
or-
Yeah. Mention Louis C.K. Just tell him you worked with him before.
yeah.
They get right on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think there's definitely a void now. So
Yeah, it's
I
just-
don't know. It doesn't feel the same.
It's just easier to complain rather than actually start your own mic. you
Yeah.
know?
Well, I mean, not even start. Just go to the ones, because I had 8 people at my mic
Mhm.
the night before. It was a decent and a couple people watching, but it's.
Well, that was the Thursday they were doing the last last one at Jokers. So
But the
a lot
attendance
of
has
those-
been a little slipping a little at Murphy's.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, it's been on and off, but I just was like, just go to a
there-
fucking mic.
Is there like any chance you'll like stop it?
Oh no, I'll keep doing it.
Oh, okay,
That's the
good,
thing.
good,
I don't ask them for money to do it. So
Okay.
there's no. They don't. The reason was I figured I'd start it, and then I had the guy, one of the owners, would once in a while throw me some money, and then this dude's just gone. I never see him, and it's his mom. So I'm like, well, there's 2 things. I can ask for money, but then she'll have a reason to cancel it if it's not
Yeah.
working out. So if
Yeah.
I don't ask for any money, it's just
Yeah.
worth the time. If it gets really big again, maybe I will. But this way, she can't really cancel it unless she
Yeah.
wants to do something.
And it's all your equipment too, right?
Actually, no. That I got him to buy that amp, so I just bring a microphone and a cable now. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, so that was the one. That was another good thing out of that. Yeah. So
I haven't been to that in a while. Do you guys ever get any people there just to watch, or is it usually like people
It's
playing
hit or
pool
miss.
or?
that guy Skip Johnson. Remember him? Were you ever there for? He's like this old guy who just goes up and tells
Was
these.
he the guy that Dave Moon almost fought?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
how-
He just goes up there
He's
and
the one guy Dave Moon almost fought.
yeah, the one guy, yeah. Because Dave would probably fought everyone else for real. He's the one guy. Just kidding, Dave. We love you. So yeah, Skip, this guy who goes, he brought like 3 people with him, so that was nice. And then a couple other people just filed in and watched.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
it was
that's
cool. Yeah, we had a nice little crowd, and Dan Calwhite was there and Stash Makita, and they hung out and they were watching. Who else?
I feel like you get the Dan Calwhite, Stash Makita crowd pretty consistently there.
Yeah,
That's cool.
But they don't always hang out. Sometimes they'll do their sets and then they're kind of in and out. But this
Yeah.
mic, they went out to smoke and came back and hung out for the whole thing, which was
cool.
really cool. Yeah. So I was happy. It was fun. I told them a nice story. It's hard because when I start, it's only all the comedians, and they've heard most all my stuff. So I'll say a couple new things, and I'll just tell them a funny story about the weekend. So it was cool.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Yeah, I told them how I had this girl come over, and she was at a party walking around barefoot and stuff, so her feet were dirty. And I was like, oh, look at your bottom of your feet. And she's like, oh, they're gross. So she immediately was like, I have to wash my feet, right? First time hanging out with this girl. I knew her for a while, but first time hanging out. So she ran into the shower. I gave her a towel, and she came out. She's like, all right, I had to wash my feet and vagina. She's like, oh, I washed my feet and vagina. I got to laugh at a Dan Cowell, like a real, like, oh. So I was like, sweet. It's a good one.
Laugh out of Dan is
yeah, I'll take
gold.
it. So I was like, I got to write this down. Wash my feet and vagina. Who says that? I don't know.
She did.
She does. Apparently so.
All right.
Yeah. So what do you think about this whole Connecticut scene, and where do you think it's going to go? And
I don't know, man. It's sad that they. It seems like it's kind of gotten smaller, but I don't know. But at the same time, there seem to be people putting on shows.
Yeah,
like,
there's definitely shows.
Oh yeah.
Kareem Blues putting on a lot of stuff out in.
Vinny Beatle's putting on a bunch of stuff.
Vinny Beatle's doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Tuesday,
Shout out to Vinny.
Tuesday, he's doing a show at Box.
Are you guys
63.
both on that? I know you're on.
I'm on
No.
that. Yeah.
I haven't really talked to him after the podcast, so I don't know. He asked me how he did, and I didn't get a chance to listen to it again. Then I re-listened to it, and I didn't really have a chance to talk to him about it. So I got to reach out to him. And
Okay.
He put on a big show late Saturday at Joker's.
Oh
Yeah,
They got a big.
Oh, they got a good
I think
turnout?
they got a good
I bet
turnout
it
from
did.
what I heard.
He
Yeah,
usually gets a pretty big turnout.
yeah, that's great, and he gives a lot of new people, chance to
Opportunities.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always
pretty
a good
cool.
thing.
Yeah, that was actually a good podcast if anyone's listening to Pat Oates' Vinny Beetle one, because there's been a lot of disagreements between them, and Pat kind of told him how he felt. Vinny, that's the thing I wanted to tell Vinny, though. He kind of wouldn't. He was treating it more like it was hostile. In watching him, he was he was kind of defensive, and Pat would try to say something, and immediately Vinny would just be like, no, this is this. So Pat didn't really get to finish a lot of what he was saying.
Yeah.
But it was still, I liked it. It was a good episode.
Yeah, I still haven't seen
John
that
Romanoff
one.
was on there.
Yeah.
So that was cool, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah,
good stuff.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
good stuff.
We're doing it now.
Good stuff.
Do you have any shows coming up?
Yeah, what's coming up for you?
Yeah, I'm going to be on that Box 63 show on Tuesday, which is at 9:15. Marty Caproni is headlining.
Really?
Bunch of great guys on the show.
Oh, wow.
Rob Santos is on that show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. I like
I don't want
Rob.
to forget anybody. I think Brian Barganier's on the show,
Wow.
too. So, yeah.
That's a killer lineup.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty awesome.
And me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know.
You just ruined
Yeah,
it.
he had to get some fillers for that show.
Yeah. Well, it's a 22-person bringer,
How many people are on the show? Do you know?
I think it's like 6 or 7.
6 or 7,
so.
yeah.
I mean, it's a pretty good. That's about right.
Yeah.
For that kind of thing.
Yeah, Tuesday night. I went to that. It was nice. He had a decent crowd in there. I don't know if it was the first one that he did, first or second. It might have been the first.
Yeah, I think he did one before this, and then this, like on Tuesday, is the second one, and then he's doing another one on the 28th. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think he's done 2 before, because I was
really?
on one and he did at least one more. Yeah. So it's a good. My cat is going crazy
Your
right
cat
now.
is
Just wants to go
nuts.
outside.
Yeah.
I know, it's so fun. Yeah, but no, that's a fun show. Good crowd. He always seems to get a really good crowd of people. He's definitely a hustler,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. And then I'm doing one with Kareem on July 25th.
Where's that?
Painted Pony, Bethlehem.
It's
It's like way up there.
Did you ever do that place before?
No.
Is this like his first show that he's putting on there?
I don't know. I think he might have done. I feel like
he-
I've heard the name of that place before, though.
He hits up that whole area so
he's,
well.
He's got a lot of stuff going on up there.
That Woodbury kind of Bethlehem wealthy area. He's got a good thing going up there.
Yeah, he does a good job with it too. People come out; they're all there to see comedy.
Yeah.
So, I think Romanoff is headlining that one.
Oh, cool. I'm actually gonna be on a show this Friday with Kareem. For
I
Where's
thought
that?
we were talking about me.
We started
We were.
off,
We
but-
transitioned into me.
all right.
So.
Yeah, no, that's
But it
great.
got
But
wow.
I mean, if you want to, keep talking
that's
about
fine.
you,
No,
I'm done.
I saw
the.
I've seen the poster for that. You and Kareem
and Jess Miller.
KJ and Jess Miller.
Mm-hmm.
Does she go by
think that's
KJ?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever met her. Maybe once in
You never met
person.
her?
No.
She's very nice.
And then one other person, maybe.
No, I think just the 4 of us.
Is someone headlining? Like, do you know who's headlining?
It's like a
that
showcase,
show?
right?
Or a
Isn't it?
I thought it
showcase?
was a showcase. I
Oh,
don't know,
cool.
but now that you mention it, yeah, I think there only is 4 of us.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I think you're headlining.
How much time are you
I
doing?
hope not.
15?
She didn't tell me. I should probably reach out to her.
Yeah.
It's her show? She put it
Yeah,
together?
it's her show.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's like off the cuff with KJ.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
on one of
okay.
those shows that
Yeah.
she did. Yeah, it's nice. They pay you.
How much did you
she
do?
Does, she does that same part of the.
I don't discuss monetary.
Yeah.
You know.
So
No,
it's
25,
not-
like $25.
No, how much time did you
let's
do?
not. Hold
you
on.
did 15?
I think she told me originally 10, and then when I checked my recording, it was closer to 15.
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
So.
Fuck. 15. I'm actually gonna have to brush up now.
Oh no.
She told me that she expects you to do 35.
That's
Yeah.
my nightmare.
Seconds.
Yeah.
You go up there with a light in your face.
Oh boy.
Now
Are
you're doing the contest,
Yeah, I was
right?
just gonna bring that up.
Oh, you're both.
There's somebody in this room
Comics.
that's not a feline that did not sign up for the contest.
Yeah.
And there
We
are
should-
cats
we should
that did not
ostracize
sign
That
up
him.
black
either.
hog bottle.
Yeah.
I didn't sign up for the contest.
We should definitely.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why didn't you do it?
I honestly was gonna, and then I was talking to you one day, and you were like, "Hey, did you sign up?" And I was
Yeah.
like, "No," and you were like, "Oh, I think the deadline
Yeah,
passed
remember I reminded
already."
you
Yeah.
65 times?
It wasn't 65.
Oh.
Thank you.
No, you know what it really was? I didn't really have a good clip to send in. I had my clip that I originally sent in
Whoops.
2 years ago when I was in the contest,
Yeah.
which I'm sure probably would have gotten me in again. But I don't know. I didn't want
You're
to.
sure?
It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Killer material.
It's no, I'm sure it would have gotten me in again, but I didn't want to show that same video again because it's like
Right.
it's 2 years old, and I don't think it's really that strong anymore. So I was almost iffy, like I don't know if this is
Yeah.
even good enough to get in anymore.
But
and
you
then,
would. You think you would have?
I
You probably would have.
probably would have, yeah. But I mean, I don't know. I've kind of been out of competitions lately. But I mean, this is a great competition to be in. This is like the competition to be in. Next year, I'm probably going to do it because I did it 2 years ago, and then last
Yeah.
year and this year I didn't do it. So I think I'm going to do it next year.
Yeah, it looks like it. Have you done it before?
I did it last year, and then I didn't do it the year before. I think. When
Yeah,
you were
I think
in
you
it.
weren't you wanted to do it that first
I
year.
kind of
though,
was
right?
like, I don't think I'm quite ready. I don't think I had enough experience yet. But it was. I mean, it's like those emails. I'm sure you were on them too from
Yep.
Ryan.
Mhm.
Where the thing I really like about it is just that
A little closer. There
this
you go.
is not a bringer.
That's
you
much
know.
better. Yeah.
This is it'd be great if you guys could promote this and bring people out, but you know, it's
Yeah.
nice to have a contest where it's like,
Yeah, there's no
You know.
pressure. You just show up to
yeah,
perform.
you know, try
Yeah.
to do your best and
Yeah. I
The
like
other
the
thing,
way
though,
they did
is,
the
like,
lineups too.
yeah, you try to
You're
I
on
mean,
a tough one though.
yeah, I listened to you guys
Yeah,
on
yeah, we're breaking it
Pat's.
down.
I was like, oh, let's see what he says about these people because I didn't know half of them.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I knew a few guys, obviously.
Pat freaking knows everybody almost.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
crazy. I like would Google or look people on Facebook. I'm like, oh, I do know them. I'm horrible at names. I'm the most worst person ever.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks Pat's the asshole. No, it's me. Like, cause he knows who everyone is, you know. And I'm like, yeah, fine, whatever.
Yeah, no, we
But-
all knew that you were the.
Oh, okay, all right.
No, like Dorsey, I'd heard that name before, and then Beecher, obviously I knew,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
but all the rest of Christine Blinn, I knew her too, but
Mhm.
most of the other ones I didn't. So
Yeah.
he was like, "Oh, this and that guy's tough too, and that guy's even tougher, and this
Yeah.
guy." I'm like,
And you're
"Oh,
like, great, thanks. I'm
all
glad I
right."
listened to this.
so glad I listened." But
That's all right. You try harder now.
if you,
There
I
you
mean,
go.
if you want to advance, you got to beat those people anyway. So
Yeah, yeah.
try
Totally.
to think of it as just a chance to get
Yeah.
up at the
Yeah,
casino.
that's
so.
the way I
That's
looked
true.
at it when people were talking to me. I performed there once when he had his show. He had me come up. Basically, needed a ride, so I performed. And I had some people in the area. My parents were actually in the area, so they showed up. So it ended up being a fun time. So I was like, I want to get on this contest if that can get me back on
Yeah.
that stage. So
I never did the new faces or what did he
Mhm.
call it before? Potatoes or something?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Fresh
yeah.
baked potatoes.
Fresh hand-picked potatoes.
Have you done? You did. So that was
yeah,
one
that
of
was
those
the
you
one.
did.
Yeah, he had me. I didn't have to bring anybody. I guess you just had a spot, and he's like, "Hey, you want to do it?" But I ended up having like 5 or 6 people come anyway that
Oh,
were in
good.
there. Yeah, so it worked out.
Now, are you doing another one of those on the 22nd or
Yeah,
something?
I'm doing that at Funny Bone.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that was at the. I was thinking that
No.
was the casino, but
This one's at the Funny Bone, July 22nd. I'm going to be there 8 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock show, 8 o'clock. Free. It's going to be free if you know the
Yeah.
person, and free drinks. Or I'm sorry, not free drinks. Yeah,
free drinks, everybody.
You
Just show
come
up.
and
say
drink
my
all
name.
the water you want for free. Haha. No drink minimum. That's what it is. Although the people I know are probably going to.
So it's a
Yeah.
free show and a no drink minimum.
Yeah, he just
On
wants
a
a crowd
Wednesday,
there
yeah,
on a
if you wanna
Wednesday
get-
at the Funny Bone, which is a real club.
Yeah,
So-
It
yeah.
is a real club.
Yeah.
Definitely good.
And I'm excited for it. Yeah, I have at least I think 10 people coming so far because that's sort of a bringer. It's not like, and now I guess he sent out a thing saying if no one shows up for you, then you can't go on. But he
Oh.
asked me originally. That's what he said to me. He goes, because I've been asking him for a while to get on there. And he's like, I can get you on in July, but can you bring people? He's like, you're not even from here. I'm like, I have friends in the area, a friend in
Oh, okay.
West Hartford, and she's bringing like 8 people, and then I'm probably going to throw some people in my Tahoe and come. So it should be
There you
fun.
go.
Yeah.
Just throw them in
Just
as
throw
you
'em
go
in.
down the
Gonna
street.
boink him over the head. and throw
Excuse
'em
me,
in.
sir. Come here for a sec.
You want to see a
You're
comedy
going
show?
to a comedy
Boink.
show.
He wakes up strapped to a chair. Ah. Clockwork Orange style. You will watch this comedy.
Yeah. That's one way to do it.
Yeah. You don't do shows like that?
No,
I'm gonna
I
start-
would if I was strong enough to overpower people and throw
That's
them
what
in a van.
chloroform's for. You don't need to be strong. Chloroform and duct tape, my friend.
Oh, I didn't
Oh.
think of that. Very smart.
Oh, it's still working.
Good.
Yeah, it's good. I had to
Mhm.
check on the camera. If you notice that it falls, just let me know.
No,
yeah,
it's
so
still
I'm
good.
definitely excited. What day are you going to be on the show?
I'm on the last one, I think. It's August 13th at
Is that Thursday?
10:30. Yeah, it's Thursday
oh,
at
I'm on
10:30.
August 12th.
Oh,
The
all right.
Wednesday, yeah. Wednesday,
So just
8
like
o'clock,
if you
I think.
stay over, we'll
Yeah.
hang out and stuff.
I probably could stay over.
You stay over, play poker
Yeah,
and
I should
stuff.
see if I can get a room. I'll do that.
Yeah.
All right. That
Kill
would
it
be
at
fun.
the tables.
Yeah.
Adam, you can come down, stay in the room, and hang out,
I
support.
can. I can.
But
So you will.
Yeah, let's say that.
Yeah, yeah.
And change the subject. Darren, you are you're a
nailed it.
comic, you're a father, you're a
Yes,
husband.
all
you have,
those
you have a
things.
full-time job. How do you balance it all?
It's tough, Adam. It's tough.
You have a 1-hour commute to work.
It
each
is,
way.
You really-
yeah.
You really do?
Yeah, it takes me like an hour to get to work. I work in Danbury. I
Oh,
live
yeah.
in Plainville. So.
Well, the funny thing is you could probably get a job at another McDonald's.
Yeah, you're right.
I couldn't even hold my
He kills himself. So funny. How did I think of that?
Well, the funny
You've
thing
been
that's
you've been
making
holding
me
on to that for
laugh-
like a year, right?
the thing that's making me laugh is I knew somebody that was in that real situation. Like they worked at
They worked at a McDonald's that was
no,
an
it wasn't
hour
a
away.
McDonald's, but it was somewhere that was like a chain that they could have, but it
Yeah,
was far
yeah.
away. And I'm like, what do you? I don't know.
I worked at a Kinko's 40 minutes from my house, right
Mhm.
when after I got out of college. I was like,
Wow.
people were like, "What's wrong with
Wait,
you?
wait,
Why are
wait.
you doing this?"
Well, one thing you could say is I don't want anyone to know I work at Kinko's, so
Yeah.
well, whatever. I mean, or you could say McDonald's or whatever. But
working at Kinko's like, yeah, I worked in a salt miners. I mean, they don't even exist anymore. Right?
Yeah,
is
they
there such a
don't.
thing anymore?
Yeah.
yeah, FedEx bought them up,
Yeah.
and yeah, I used to work in.
Kinko's.
Yeah.
The funny
I
thing
never,
is, there
I
still
never,
are.
I never knew what Kinko's. Like, I never knew what went on at a Kinko's.
Oh man, weird stuff.
There still
'Cause I
are
was-
coal mines, though.
I
That's
was
the worst
younger.
part.
That's true. That's too bad there are.
Mhm.
With genetic engineering mostly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Copies. We made copies. That's all we did.
Yeah. No, I know now.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I did.
You know what you could do? This is a great business plan. Somebody's probably going to take it and make $1 billion. You can open up a chain of stores like Kinko's, but just have 3D printers. So people can come down and just 3D print what they want.
3D
Yeah,
printing.
yeah.
It's gonna
It'll
be
just
big.
be like Kinko's all over
They'd
again.
be like, "There's a smudge on that human that I just created."
yeah.
I was invested in 3D printing stocks like 3 years ago.
What
How'd it
happened?
go?
Did really well. I bought low, sold high, baby.
That's what I heard you got to do.
Look
No,
at him now.
I,
Look at him now.
Look
He's
at him
here
now.
with us.
I'm here.
It didn't work.
I'm gonna still need that ride home, buddy. No, I bought
There's
it.
a meal included with this podcast, right?
That's
Okay.
right, yeah.
I
bowl of
I
soup
will divulge this
in your
because
hat.
it was one of my best, probably my best financial gain in my life. I bought shares at about $20 a piece, and
Have
I
you-
sold
have-
them.
go ahead.
I've sold them. They're long gone. I made my money, but
What'd you sell them for?
I sold them for 70. a piece,
Wow.
Yeah, I made about $4,000.
3 shares
Oh,
at
3
20.
shares. That's $60. That's
dude.
math.
No, I did very well, and I used it for a down payment on my car.
Wow.
Ooh.
And I was very proud of myself. I've lost a lot more, but
So you took your good investment and parlayed it into a terrible
Terrible,
investment,
yeah.
which is a car.
You should have at least that thing.
oh,
Good
boy.
move.
Is
Good
it a
move.
hybrid?
I'm gonna need that ride home
Yeah,
again.
yeah,
The
real
car's
bad.
gone, long gone.
Yeah. They came and got it.
No, it was.
Do you get your down payment back when they repossess it?
The answer is no, unfortunately.
I know from experience the answer is no. My friend actually just invested in. He was telling me about this in an energy drink company.
If
and,
you invest,
it's like
Go
a
ahead,
penny stock. I was just gonna say it's called Get Her Done. Just bringing this all back to comedy.
get her done. Wow.
Yeah, Get Her Done, and
Sounds like a good
it's
catchphrase.
endorsed by
Larry
what's his
the Cable
name? Larry
Guy?
the Cable Guy. Yeah.
Oh.
So
Wow, he has a lot of.
he
different-
endorses. After
has
he
a
told me
lot of
that, I looked it
things.
up and I sent him a list of here's a list of 20 ridiculous things that he
Yeah.
endorses.
Oh, he's got a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
The whole blue collar comedy guys do a
Yeah.
lot of that.
Yeah.
Jeff Foxworthy has a lot of like foods and stuff that he's invested in.
Well,
You know what I
up
thought
big
was-
down south, it could pick up big, and they know that. So he's like, why not put my name
Oh,
on it?
yeah,
And then
yeah,
it could be
yeah.
like
Oh,
50.
They're millionaires so many
50
times
made
over.
Yeah,
like what, a $250 million on, or 250 million
Who
off
did?
of 50 Cent. Made a bunch of money off of vitamin water.
Oh yeah.
And he's on the blue collar comedy tour. How did we get on that?
No, I'm just talking about
In general.
energy drinks.
Oh,
Or
all
drinks,
right.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, see?
But going back to what you said about energy drinks, if you
They're
invested,
great, aren't they? I freaking love them.
If you
I was just yelling. I won't do that again.
No,
You
it's
don't have
okay.
to adjust anything.
Well, you started talking closer to your mic, so I could
All
turn
right.
it down. There, you're doing good. Good job. We'll
there
get
was
through
an
this.
there was an article on Forbes that said the one stock you would have made the most money back on if you invested it in 2001 till today is Monster Energy Drink.
Wow.
Yeah, that was the best stock investment of the
Reading a lot of
last like
Forbes now, huh?
I'm following on
Yeah.
Facebook.
Nice.
Forbes, that's right.
Oh.
CNBC as well. You know, when I got into that 3D printing money, I
Yeah, you're like,
just,
look,
yeah.
this is.
You
I
gotta
this
wanted
is
to
my
3D
thing now.
print more money.
He's
That's
like
right.
elitist now. He just can't even talk to us anymore.
No, that
I had to call his agent to get a podcast booked.
Oh, nice. Larry the Cable Guy, you know what I thought was funniest on that list of things that he endorses? One of them was Larry the Cable Guy's tater salad, which I was like,
shouldn't
wait
that
a
be
minute.
shouldn't that be Ron White's?
How did you get on that? And I looked at him like, this has got to be a mistake, but I looked at the label, and there he is. It's delicious. You know, I'm like, well, that doesn't seem right somehow.
Yeah,
Larry
it's
the
like his
Cable-
whole joke.
Tater salad.
Yeah, tater salad. They
Yeah.
call me. I don't know if
Crazy.
Ron White's gonna be mad. We're giving up his.
I feel like
material.
he's too
Oh, we
drunk
just
to be
burned
mad.
his-
Yeah, we just burned it.
Oh, so that's the payoff.
Yeah.
I've also I think it's Larry. I don't know if it's Larry or Jeff, but they have like a potato chip that's supposed to be it's a very expensive potato chip. I guess apparently it's like cheeseburger flavored,
Oh,
and
nice.
when you eat it, you can taste the ketchup and the mustard. You can taste everything.
Like Willy Wonka.
Yeah,
Wow.
exactly, like those things in Willy Wonka, and it's very
The
expensive.
wallpaper's lickable.
The snozberries. Tastes like snozberries. Sorry.
So if you guys are in the market for some expensive potato chips,
I'm just gonna jot that down.
Yeah.
on my
You're
phone.
not
for it.
jotting. That's not even on.
That's-
Jot, jot, jot,
Listen, if you're gonna
jot.
be
you're knocking on the
sarcastic,
table
listen.
right now, Darren.
Is this a phone? I'm old. Yeah.
No, yeah. That's,
Do you have any maker baby? That was not English. Have you ever made any good investments there, DC Crest?
Have you ever made any babies with
You ever
anybody?
made any any semen investments?
Just long term.
Yeah.
I can
buy and
talk
hold.
about
That's the
stocks
way to
for a
do it.
while.
You sound like
Buy and hold, yeah. Index funds. Are you big
Index
in-
funds,
big
pretty
into
much the way to
index
go.
funds?
Nobody knows what they're doing. That's my theory.
oh, of course not. It's a gamble. It's just a different
Just
gamble.
gambling. Yeah. It's just a.
It's like when I tell people I play poker, they're like, "Oh, you play poker?" I'm like,
Well, yeah. Well, why do the same 4 people win every year? Huh?
"Yeah, exactly."
I saw rounders.
Yeah,
Yeah, all right.
they're down to like 5 people now, up to 5 people.
Why do the same
John
5 people win
Malkovich.
every
John
year?
Malkovich is amazing at poker.
Oh,
guys.
yeah.
He's so good.
What was the trick in that? He twisted the cookie and then.
That was his tell.
It was just tell.
That was his tell that he twisted.
How did he not know that? He's like,
That's
this
what I thought.
cookie
I
fell
feel
apart.
like that is a pretty,
Oh
pretty
my
big
God!
tell.
Who didn't figure that out before Matt
Now,
Damon?
Brandon, you
I
play
know.
poker.
Hollywood,
do you
you
feel
know?
like do you feel like that would be a tell? Like you actually play poker a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
At real tables, you win money.
I don't really see a lot of people
You win
eating.
a lot of money. You're independently wealthy.
I'm independently wealthy. I just pretend to live in this,
There's not a
Decent
lot of
apartment.
eating food.
no.
would-
I was just saying, like, how nice this is. You're right near the
Isn't this a
water.
great
You walk
area?
right
Thanks,
down.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really
I don't know
cool.
how Brandon got in here.
Big
it was a-
mistake.
yeah, big mistake for
Someone
this guy.
messed up.
They totally did.
What were you saying? So is it a tell or not?
Oh, I don't
interview
think
you
so.
now.
I more noticed tells or just kind of with betting patterns or how the way people act or talk. Really, sometimes you could see someone do something and they'll make a bet and look at the person and they'll like talk a lot, and then you really want to see what he has because you want to see if that means he's doing that because he's strong or he's weak. It's not really like with a physical thing, but I could see that where he's just excited and his nervous energy. He just when he has a good hand, he just takes an Oreo and twists it open. I mean, it's possible, but it's it's Hollywood. They got to give that little spice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Need to give the viewer something. You know what it's like. You've made movies.
Is this a tell? Like,
I always, I tell people all the time. I'm just like, I'll tell people like fold. I'm like, just fold. I have the best hand, fold, and then they'll still call, and then.
See, that makes them want to call.
Yeah,
Like,
but that's fine. Especially if there's more cards to come, and I have the best hand at the time, but it's vulnerable. Like if I think they have a flush draw or whatever, and I'm in a tournament, I'm like, because do you play poker?
No.
Okay,
no.
There's a quick rundown. You could play a tournament.
I wanted to say I did. I was like, no, I don't.
You could play a tournament where you buy in for a fee, like $100, then they give you chips, then you play to your either win or you're out. Or you can go to a cash table where you just can keep putting money on the table and they'll take it. So when you're in a tournament, there's a finite number of chips. So I'll just say, just fold. Let me take this pot down, and they'll no. So I don't know. They don't believe it, but
they never believe you.
Yeah, a lot of people try to pretend like if. They always act strong when they're weak, and they act weak when they're strong. That's like the big one. So,
but that's pretty easy to figure out too,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Because it's always the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, mostly.
Yeah.
And then some people you could see that they're genuine.
Just do the opposite.
Yeah. You just do the opposite, lady.
Do the opposite of everything.
But then there's some people that have read those books too, so you never can.
Did you watch the All In, the poker documentary movie?
No.
Oh, you didn't? Mm-hmm. Oh, you should check that out. It's all about like the rise and fall of online poker.
Oh, okay.
And,
you were telling me about it last time. Still didn't check it out. I'm a horrible human.
Do you
gamble at all?
Are we boring you, Darren?
No, I just took a deep breath.
Do you play slots or anything?
I like to go to the casino once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like you wouldn't. I feel like you don't gamble.
I'm I'm afraid of gambling.
I feel like you put $5 in the penny slot machine.
I go with my wife and we put in like $5 and we're like, oh my god, we won 27 cents. No, see those 3 lines. The other thing is like on those like penny slots, I never know if I won or not. Like I just pull the thing and they're like, you won some, and I'm like, all right, I guess so.
So the thing about those penny slots is like you win every time you pull, pretty much, but it's always less than what you paid out.
Yeah, you won 27 cents, but it was a $2 bet.
Right. Yeah, you're just consistently losing, but they make you feel like you're winning.
Yeah, they're like, oh, it's a penny slot. 372 pennies you just gambled. I'm like, wait, how did I?
Most of the old people, most of the old people who play those games are too blind to actually. No.
Didn't want to go there, but
incredibly
I mean,
old. That's
you
true.
do go there on a bus, don't you?
Doesn't happen often in this house.
I don't like to drive at night. Okay, is that so wrong?
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say my grandmother loves the casino. She unfortunately broke her hip at the casino one time.
In Connecticut? She live in Connecticut now?
Yeah. Yeah, she's. I actually went and visited her today. She's doing good. But
Adam finds it hilarious. That his grandmother
see, ladies, what a nice guy he is. He was visiting his grandma.
Years ago. It was so sad. But
now, when she broke her hip at the casino, is that because she couldn't afford to pay her debts and she fell and broke her hip, or?
No, just because you guys know where the Wolf's Den is at Mohegan Sun?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Well, you know how there's like a bridge to get across it?
Yeah.
That's where it happened.
Oh no.
She tried to jump the bridge.
On her BMX bike?
Exactly. No, she the casino.
I can't believe you're laughing at your grandmother's pain. Like,
no,
like harder than we are. That's messed up. No.
You motherfuckers. No, she ended up being fine, but she has such resolve. She went back.
Awesome. Just like the same day.
It's important to
stitch me up. I got to get to that machine.
She never left.
Yeah.
No, she just loves it. She's one of those people that just loves gambling.
Cool. Yeah, there's a lot of those people. That's how they got to build that whole thing.
Yeah.
It's amazing how much money they have.
Yeah. But they still are always in danger of like going out of business, and Foxwoods had to borrow this money. It's amazing. The money.
Oh, really? I don't.
It's an instant. It's just a guaranteed revenue stream, and they just can't. It's kind of like the government. You know what I mean? Like, no, they're going to get all these billions, and they're like, yeah, we just still going to spend it. I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah.
How do you do it, D? How do you hold it together?
I bring in a lot of money, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to spend quite as much as I bring in. That's the way I do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like
high-powered executive.
Yeah,
than
I don't other than poker, I don't really play any other games. 'Cause I like poker because you're really in control and
Yeah, that's not as much gambling as
Yeah,
like it's a skill game. Where
yeah,
you're like
yeah.
I'm trying to win, and
Yeah.
I actually have a strategy and
Yeah,
stuff.
there's the
Yeah.
luck aspect to it, depending on like if a card comes. If it's like a
Yeah.
10% chance of that card coming, it comes. But yeah, in the long run, it's if you play right, you're gonna profit. So that's why I'll watch my friends just dump money into other things, slots and
Well, the thing with
blackjack and
anything is not going to be fun or interesting if there isn't some element of luck. Like
Yeah.
if the best person wins every single
Yeah.
time, like
Yeah.
they say
Well,
that
then
about
it's like
sports a
chess.
lot, then it's like,
Yeah.
who cares? Like
Yeah.
who wants to watch that?
yeah,
It's going to be the same thing over and over again.
exactly.
Mm.
Yeah, you have to have a little
That's
bit.
my
That's what makes
theory.
it exciting, and that's what draws people in that are bad players because they play it to gamble. You know, they're
Right,
just
right.
throwing money at you. So
And you're like, yeah,
yeah, I'll take it.
come
Sure.
play.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I like how Mohegan has that like the amount of money that was won that day.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
as you're
Yeah.
walking
the
in,
counter, yeah.
the counter.
But I want to know how much they pulled in.
Yeah,
because it's,
exactly.
like, so much
That's
higher.
the counter I want to see.
We paid out $1 million, but we took in 10.
Yeah,
All right, I get it.
exactly.
Did you ever see at roulette tables? They'll have like a list of all the numbers that have hit like
Yeah.
most recently. Like that should matter at
That's
all.
my
to you. You're
Bible.
like, oh, let's
That's
see.
my Bible.
22 just hit. I'm not gonna bet on that.
You mean
Actually,
it's
I've
totally random
seen.
every time?
Literally, there's been multiple times I've been at a roulette table and it hit a number, and it hit that number twice, and that was up on the board,
Yeah.
and then it hit it again a third time, and then I put my money down and it doubled for two, like the second time.
Sounds like you're kind of making that up.
No, it really happened.
So 4 times in a row?
It
not
hit
not
4
in a row,
times
but it
in
hit once
Oh,
and
you
then
saw it
hit
on the
again a
board.
second
Oh,
time.
okay, right.
All the like 10 turns ago.
Oh, okay.
And then when it hit again, I put my money on it.
You wait
that
till
time.
it hit 3 times before you know
The
what?
fourth
This
time is
Wanna
the
be
charm.
safe.
The fourth
We're
time is the
definitely
charm.
gonna hit again here on this.
I've heard if you start winning too much money on like roulette table, they'll shut it down though. They'll
It's
just-
got to be really out
yeah.
of control, though.
Oh,
I was at a
really?
craps table before that they shut down. It was
Really?
like you couldn't lose. It was insane. This was, probably late 90s when I used to go down there and play a lot of craps.
Did you bring the dice?
Yeah, I did. But it was funny. There was only 3 of
switcheroo.
us, and we just couldn't lose. And I would bring maybe $50 or $100 at that time, and I think I was up to over 500. My friend was up to over 1,000 because he was betting a lot more. And it was every roll we were just winning. That's how craps
Yeah.
tables. I've seen them get hot before. It's crazy. And then
Yeah.
they just came like, oh, it was in the middle of the night, like 2 in the morning. We're gonna shut this one down. I'm like, how can you do that? We're still rolling. He's like, nope, we're shutting it down. So
Yeah,
there
you're
was one
winning.
in Atlantic City within the past couple of years. I think maybe 2010 or so, where they broke the record for the amount of rolls in a row, and it was like for hours. This one guy was
Really?
just
Yeah.
rolling,
Oh
and they
my
wouldn't let
God.
anyone else new at the table, and everyone there at the table made like hundreds of thousands, except this
Are you
one
serious?
lady. She made like maybe 10 grand because she was making these
She
small
just
little
kept-
bets.
she-
Yeah.
She's like, I don't know.
Good
I
for
don't
her.
like it's rolling for 12 hours. I don't
She
know.
just
Just
kept
put it all.
She just
Look.
kept betting
Yeah.
he was gonna crap out every
Yeah,
single
yeah.
time.
She was probably the smartest person, but just
Yeah.
still
Yeah, that's
got
what it- yeah.
punished for it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it doesn't mean it's going to happen again
Yeah,
just
yeah.
because it happened 31 times in a row. My
Yeah.
brother's really into craps. He's like, oh, we
Really?
should go play craps.
Yeah, craps
So
is
fun.
actually the best
Craps is
odds.
fun.
Best odds at the casino as far as gambling games.
Really?
Yeah.
But like you're never gonna walk away like with
Well,
a ton of money.
The
You're,
odds are
like,
still not in your favor.
Yeah.
But they're the
You
one
can
of the best odds.
be at a crap sale for a couple hours and make a couple $100, but I feel like it's never gonna be more than
Oh,
that.
no, you could, because if you press and you play it right, you can. I've seen people, make 10, 12,000, 16,000, like
In one night?
in like a couple, like maybe an hour or so. Yeah, I've watched this guy that was playing
It
next
takes
to me
6 years, but he's seen
Yeah.
get
one
that
night,
much.
6 years, because you just have to not be conservative. You just have to be a lunatic. Because if you, so the numbers come up. So you roll your point. So say your point is an 8. And then there's odds, and so once you establish the point, you can either roll an 8 to win or 7 to lose, right? So while you're rolling, if all the other numbers you can bet on them, and since the 6 and 8 come out the more the 7 comes out the most, and then 6 and 8 next, and then it's like 5 and 9 and 4 and 10. So 4 and 10 pay up really high. So if a 10 rolls out, you get paid on it if you bet, and you could take the money or you could press it, and then so you put a 6, then it's 12, and it just keeps going. Yeah. I've
Think
seen
you
it.
lost everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's lost.
So that's craps, everybody. There's one guy going, I love craps. That's so
He's
true.
like, he's nailing it. He's got it
nailing it.
exactly.
No, it's true with craps. I've tried to teach people craps. Like it's so hard to teach somebody craps without actually being at a
Yeah, if
table.
you go there, it's nice.
I mean, the basics of it are, though, that you roll your point, you try to
Yep.
get your point again.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Without getting 7 or 11 or.
Yeah. Well, you can once you establish a point, it's just 7 that craps it out. That
Oh,
craps
really?
Out. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I didn't even know.
When you do the come out roll, which is the first roll, a 7 and 11 automatically wins, and a 2, 3, or 12 automatically loses.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Anything else establishes the point. Yeah.
Oh,
So
go figure.
that's craps, everybody. That's craps. What's next? Blackjack? Don't play it. That's my advice.
I've hated every
Don't
time
play
I played
blackjack.
blackjack, I lost my money.
I've seen a friend down 20,000 and make it back in front of me. No, exactly. Like we're at a $10 table because he liked that dealer because he was down a bunch.
He was down 20,000
Yeah.
at a $10 table.
Well, he was down 20,000 from other stuff.
How long were you there?
And he went to the not that
Oh,
long.
no. Okay, so.
And then he went to the because he was at like a $25 table or $50 table, and it was 50, 100 a bet, and then it was 500, and then it was 1,000. So he's down somewhere in the 15,000 range, and then he was walking with me toward the poker room, and he saw this dealer that he liked at a $10 table. It was like Spanish 21 too, so he sat down there. And everyone else is betting like $10, and he's betting like 1,000 hands.
He's betting
Wow.
max.
Yeah. It was crazy, and they would have to say it every time, table max. And then so the dealer was shuffling, and he counted up his money, and he was up like 2,000. I'm like, that's it, we're done, we're going, let's go. And he's like, oh, and I'm like, come on. And then as we were counting all the money, there's just these shady people staring at us. I'm like, great, now we got to walk around with $20,000 because they just give you cash. Yeah, so I was like, let's get to the room fast. So we took the long way, but yeah, it was a fun night.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
20 G's. I was like,
20,000.
yeah. I don't know how
Pretty
some
cool.
people do it, man.
Did you ever see that movie Owning Mahoney?
No, what's that about?
Philip
Police
Seymour
Academy?
Hoffman.
Is that Police Academy 8?
Yeah.
Owning Mahoney?
No. It's an intellectual film for smart people,
Oh.
not for idiots like
Well,
you.
that's why we didn't see
I
it.
loved Police Academy when I was a kid.
Yeah, I bet you did.
He's just trying to derail your story so bad. He just won't let it go.
That sound effects guy, I want to be him.
yeah.
He sounds just like it. Is that a helicopter?
You know what you can always count on, too, for Police Academy movies? Nice boobs. Every once in a while, they would show a good set. When you were
Did
young,
they?
that was crucial. Yeah.
I was in my early 30s when Police Academy came out, so I maybe remembered a little different from you young guys.
Youngins.
Oh, it was amazing.
Yeah,
The voice guy was my favorite.
of course he was.
Michael
man,
Winslow.
Zed.
Michael
I liked
Winslow.
Zed too.
Yeah, Zed was good. Oh,
And
Bobcat.
Sweet Chuck.
Sweet
I
Chuck,
liked
yeah.
Sweet Chuck.
Bobcat Goldthwait was in that, right?
Sweet
yeah.
Chuck.
He was.
Oh,
Hightower.
man. Hightower, yeah.
Hightower. Who's the
Tackleberry.
main guy? Steve.
Steve Gutenberg.
Steve
Gutenberg,
He was.
yeah.
He was Mahoney.
His name was Mahoney.
Mahone.
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
His
okay.
name was Mahoney.
That's
I get it
Wait,
now.
did you never see the Police
I
Academy?
did, but I
movies?
don't remember the names of the characters.
You're missing out.
Yeah, I guess so.
So, anyway, stealing Mahoney? Is that what it was?
Owning Mahoney. Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Well, you'd have to steal it to own it, I
Oh.
guess, right?
He's
Philip-
a guy.
he's
He has
great.
like a gambling problem, and he's like a government employee, like in Canada, and he gets into insane amount of debt gambling, and then toward the end of the movie, he's like gambling, trying to get it back, but
I don't-
it just seems like if you had just seen him gambling that much, you'd be like, "What are you doing? Like
Yeah.
you're up so much," and you know, not to spoil the ending, but
So he was up, he had the whole debt back, and he just kept going? Kind of like White Man Can't Jump?
no, not like
Okay.
that. Actually, like just if you didn't know what was going on with him, you
Oh.
would think he's crazy, but he's really just trying to like come out even.
Oh, yeah.
somehow,
Oh, I
yeah.
see what you're saying. Yeah, because sometimes you see people and you think they're up a bunch.
Yeah,
And like,
yeah.
no, I'm just trying to get even, man.
Right,
Yeah. Well, sometimes you got to get it back a little bit at a time, though, because when you have that much in front of you, if you're up that much,
Yeah.
so say you lost 10,000, and then you go back and you're up, and then so you make 5 of it back, you
Yeah.
should like walk away, put that money away, take it. You know what I'm saying? So now you're
Yeah.
only down 5 instead of trying to shoot for the moon every time. Because if you lose that 5, then you're, I don't know, whatever. That's why I just don't get into it. It's like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Really.
Yeah.
Yeah, that reminds me of the scene in Police Academy 4, Citizens on Patrol, when
Wait.
When-
Did you know the subtitle of that movie for real?
yes.
Citizens on Patrol, yeah,
Yeah.
COP.
COP.
Well, see, we're right at that age, though. You know,
Citizens on Patrol.
You were in your
And,
early
uh,
30s. You didn't care
You're
about
acting
that.
like you're the same age as him, which is
Yeah.
not true. You are old.
Yeah,
I'm
old.
just anciently old.
No, but I
so
was young.
I'm probably
when the Police
closer to your
Academy
age than I
movies
am
came
You
him,
out.
probably
right?
are, yeah.
What, you're what, 30?
30,
Yeah.
Yeah, you just turned 30 this
Yeah.
year. And
We're
you're
both
62?
39, yeah.
Okay.
David Spade was like shredding on a skateboard. in Police Academy 4.
I didn't know that.
Citizens on
Was he
Patrol.
really?
Yeah, he was in
Wow.
the beginning. It was an
Wow.
awesome
Have you heard
scene.
any of his stand-up lately?
I heard him recently on Sirius XM, but
What'd you think?
I thought it was good.
He's pretty good, yeah.
Yeah,
Good
I-
storyteller. A lot
I-
about his mom and his family and stuff.
I feel like he's really underrated as a stand-up.
Yeah.
I've always
because-
liked David Spade.
People got really sick of him, like, at one point, and just were like, you know what? We
Yeah.
don't like this guy anymore.
What point was that?
You were probably not born yet. No. No, at some point it seemed like he all of a sudden wasn't.
It was like post Chris Farley.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
tough for everybody.
Yeah.
I think there's
That
a
new
Chris
Farley,
Farley.
that
yeah.
Farley movie's coming out. I want to
yeah,
see
I
that.
heard it's gonna be pretty good or pretty real.
Yeah.
I've heard.
Who's playing him?
It's a documentary, I think.
Melissa,
Oh, it's a
Melissa
documentary.
McCarthy. They're like, they saw that Saturday Night Live thing. They're like, this is so good. We got to get her.
We got to get her.
This
Oh,
isn't
man.
just a complete horrible nightmare. This is who we have to get.
This isn't a nightmare at all. I didn't know that they were.
When is that coming out?
I don't know, but it looks good.
What were you gonna say, Brandon?
I was gonna say I didn't know about that. I didn't hear about that. I'm really weird about things that I hear because I don't really watch a
Yeah.
lot of TV or news. I kind of get I have this way I just illegally watch stuff online, so there's no commercials.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I didn't hear about that. But no, that sounds like it's gonna be really good. When's it coming out?
We again don't know the answer to that.
Oh,
We
okay.
still don't
Yeah.
know.
Did I ask you that again?
I looked it up
No, I asked.
on my.
Oh, he asked.
Yeah, he
This
asked a second
But
ago.
This guy's a Nazi over
I
here.
mean that reminds me.
He's keeping. I like it. We should keep him on every podcast so when the guests get
Stay
online,
on
he'll be like,
point, guys.
stay on. He'll be like the producer in the
Yeah,
background.
speaking
like,
of the point,
Yeah,
do you guys
yeah.
remember in Police Academy 4, Citizens on
Shut
Patrol?
up. Nobody is listening. We're
When-
not talking
Yeah, I
for
remember.
another
Mahoney-
second about Police Academy.
When
or I'm
Mahoney was
leaving.
in the hot air balloon
All right,
at
goodbye.
the end. Do you guys remember the hot air balloon?
were they?
They were in hot air balloons.
Yeah,
at the end
yeah,
of Police
yeah.
Were they
Academy.
owning Mahoney?
They're trying to get around the globe in under 80 days to break the record.
I think that's
Something like
different.
that.
Yeah, that's a different one.
That's a
That
different.
was
I
Jackie
think, I'm
Chan,
not sure.
actually.
Oh,
Chan, yeah.
Chan.
Chan.
He
Chan.
The
said he
Chan.
repeated the last name. Chan.
Nice.
That's Chan.
I just heard somebody today told me they were at Comic-Con a couple years ago and they met Jackie Chan today. So that's weird that you would bring up Jackie Chan.
Really?
Were you listening to my conversations, Adam Brew? Was that what's going on?
Probably.
Yeah, I think I was.
The Chan man.
What'd they say? Jackie Chan dick or
No, they said he's pretty cool. I don't know.
Oh, actually, I heard that when you said Jackie Chan, I knew somebody was talking about him recently. I guess he disowned his son. Did you hear about that?
No. I just like the sound. Like
Is
him
it
in
because
now.
you really like Police Academy 4 Citizens on Patrol?
Yeah. Please, let's not loop back to that.
What? Why?
I forget the reason. It was either because he was gay or because
Well, that's always what it is, right? I'm
or
disowning
because
you.
he was really lazy. I think it might have
Tommy
been because
Lasorda. Same thing.
Who's
Tommy
Tommy
Lasorda's
Lasorda?
gay?
Who's Tommy Lasorda, baseball manager, baseball guy?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Let me look it up. But why?
Baseball.
What did Tommy Lasorda do? His son was gay?
Yeah.
And
Really?
he disowned him.
As I understand it, as the
And
internet
Who
would
was
have
he
you
a
believe,
coach for?
he was LA Dodgers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And Slim Fast fame. Remember the Slim
Oh
Fast
yeah,
commercials?
those Slim Fast guys. They get to go on it like 4 times every time they lose the weight that they gain back, and then
Yeah, well,
they lost it again.
I think I know where his son got gay from. Guy was in Slim Fast commercials.
He got gay from being in Slim Fast commercials.
I don't know.
I'm not sure if
I'm
that's accurate.
Trying. I'm trying.
Wait, so what you're saying is he caught the gay bug? Because
You're,
that's how you become gay, right? You get sick and then you become gay. Is that how it works? Look at his face.
Bad things are gonna happen to you now.
No.
You're gonna be banned from everywhere.
Jackie's son. Yeah, it says will get none of his $130 million fortune.
Oh my God.
Yikes. We'll look into it a little further.
Yeah,
Let's delve deeper into Jackie Chan.
while he's looking that
130
up, you know, what's who are you listening to these days?
Oh, because he's
comics.
lazy. If he can't make his own money, he won't have any of mine. So that
Oh,
I
he's
like
lazy. All right, well
Yeah.
that's different.
Oh yeah. So he was lazy.
that. I mean, he's also gay, but he's blaming it on being lazy. No, I'm just kidding.
He just wouldn't make an effort.
Wouldn't make an effort to be straight. Oh, it's so horrible. I love how when you ever, oh man, there's people left that are, well, obviously that are like that, but if you ever stumble across somebody and then they really think that, you just look at them like, what is it like to be inside your brain right now?
Yeah.
You know, why don't you just not be gay? Oh, okay. I don't know. Anyway,
You asked me who I was listening to.
Yeah, like who? Like what new comics? are really- I figure you guys be asking me that kind of thing because I'm the big
I will
special
ask you
guest.
that
But no, let's
after
just
I
go ahead.
finish,
No,
and
go
then
ahead.
Brandon, says his.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
get to you eventually.
All right, if there's time.
If there's time,
If there's
we're kind of
time.
running low as it is. We're
Yeah.
running short.
We can go over. It's our show. Screw 'em. It's
No,
fine.
I don't think we should for Darren.
Oh, okay. We should end early. We're gonna end now.
No, I love Nate Bargatze's last
Yeah,
special
yeah.
that came
You and
out
I talked
about
about that.
a month or two ago.
Did you hear
I
that?
thought that was great.
No.
Oh my god.
Oh, dude, check it out.
So good.
Comedy Central, his 1 hour special that
Really?
came out about. Do you know him? Like, are you familiar with him at all? I think he was a New York guy.
Yeah, he
lives
does a
in
lot
LA.
of jokes, always with the like everything's funny. He says.
Oh, he told
He's
jokes.
one of those guys.
Oh.
Yeah, a new thing they're trying: stand-up
No,
comedy and jokes.
He's super dry though, like
yeah, very
almost,
dry.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
unbelievably dry.
and clean,
He is clean too.
completely clean, but
Yeah.
hilarious.
Do you guys see Dave Attell's new special? I think it was the
Which
2014
one?
maybe.
Road
the one
work?
where he showed a bunch of different
Yeah,
locations.
yeah, road work. I didn't
Yeah.
see all of it.
That
but
was
I
really
heard it was
good.
great.
Yeah,
I
it
heard-
was really.
I didn't see it either.
He's such a master. It's so like
Oh.
he's just up there and he's just like he's just like hitting them. It's like he's shooting
He's a real
them.
joke guy.
Yeah, he
a lot
really
of, like
is.
joke after joke after
Yeah.
joke.
Yeah, he
not
is.
necessarily like one-liners, but
Yeah.
like actual jokes.
Yeah.
Set a punch. Not like he doesn't tell a lot of stories.
Yeah.
It's just like
And he's so quick whenever
Yeah.
anything goes on. And it's funny because a lot of the things he says are just similar to the quick reactions when he sees somebody. And I saw him recently. Well, when I was doing the taping for the Comedy Underground. I was there for that, and he made fun of me. Did you see that or hear
yeah,
about that?
we
Okay.
know you've mentioned it 100
Oh,
times.
okay. I didn't, well, you looked at me like you didn't know I was talking
No,
about
I did.
something. Oh, okay,
I
all right.
remember seeing you on that.
And then
he said something about your mohawk.
Yeah,
right?
and I saw him at the cellar.
The one thing
couple
that
weeks
set you
before.
apart from everybody
Yeah.
else. Now it's gone.
Well, there's a void in Canadian comedy, no mohawk. So, but it was amazing because you could just see that in him a lot. In the special, yeah, he does a really good job. And I've also been myself listening to some Joey Diaz lately, mostly like the storyteller stuff and a lot of his podcasts. But I don't know. I always go back to him. I'll listen to a bunch of his podcasts and I won't for a few months. And it's weird because I listened to two of them, and then he was just on Rogan, and I listened to that one. Apparently, that one's gotten a lot of views. Like a lot of people.
Now you really like
Really high.
storyteller stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I
Joey
love
Diaz.
I love
Do you know
storyteller
Joey
stuff.
Diaz?
Yeah, but I know him because of the Joe Rogan podcast.
Okay.
Yeah, he's basically
like-
he's this older Cuban guy. He was in like The Longest Yard. He was in a few movies, but his life was basically chaos. He was a criminal.
Mhm.
He was
in
trying to
jail
get
for
into
most of
comedy.
his
He was
life.
in jail, in and out, and now he's doing really well.
Oh, cool.
And he tells these stories like he grew up in
It's nice to
mostly
see
New York
good
City.
people do well.
Yeah, really. Yeah, criminal. He
I think he kidnapped the guy once.
Yeah.
yeah, he
well,
kidnapped the guy.
Haven't we all?
But he tells great stories. Yeah, we got a guy in the trunk.
Have you guys ever listened to the Moth Radio Hour?
No.
No, what is that?
It's like a radio. It's on NPR,
Mhm.
and it's like a radio show. And like for the whole hour, they'll have like 3 different people tell stories about a one topic,
Mhm.
and they'll do these events all over the country called the Moth, and they'll do the same thing. Like they'll have, you go in and there's a lottery, and they'll pick 3 people, and they'll each tell a story about something that happened to them. And
Oh, wow.
sometimes they're really funny, and sometimes they're like really serious. Like a lot of times it'll be a cop or someone who's
Yeah.
been through a lot of weird stuff, like
Yeah.
what sounds like Joey Diaz is.
Yeah.
But Mike Birbiglia is really
Oh.
like highly involved in it. I think he might have
He does a
helped
lot of
start
NPR
it,
stuff,
or yeah.
doesn't he?
How
Yeah.
how long does a person get usually? That's like when they do.
I don't know, like 10 or 15 minutes
Yeah,
maybe. So,
Wow.
but
That's
it's
pretty
really
cool.
good. I mean, I used to listen to it on the way back from the Joker's mic on Wednesdays. They'd have it on NPR.
Oh,
so,
very nice.
Yeah. Good
Yeah.
stuff. Check it out.
Yeah,
All right, cool.
I
Definitely.
gotta check that out.
Who have you been listening to?
Yeah.
The Bargatze thing was awesome. Jim Gaffigan has a new TV show.
Oh, I heard
know
about
that's
that.
Oh,
gonna
I
be
saw.
good,
Yeah,
right?
I saw a trailer online. He put like every stand-up comic
Yeah,
in
that's
New York
that's gonna be
on
good.
it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're all cameo appearances, but like the trailer that I saw, I don't know if you guys saw it, but it was literally like everybody that was in the background. Did you see this?
I didn't see
Everybody
that.
in the background, he was like putting their names up next to them.
Oh, really?
And it was like I mean, there were
like
like
some examples.
underground comics. Do you guys know Angry Bob?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've seen Angry Bob at open mic. He was.
He does open mics. He's like a comic that's like on the New York comedy scene.
Yeah.
I don't know if he does mics. He gets gigs.
he
here
did.
and
He
there.
did. Last Comic Standing.
Yeah, he was
Oh,
on
okay.
Last Comic
Yeah.
Standing, but like Gaffigan put him in there too. Like
that's cool.
From Angry Bob to Chris Rock, like everybody was in it. It was-
Wow.
So
it
wait,
was
Chris who?
Chris Rock.
Do you mean Tony Rock?
Tony Rock's brother,
Oh,
actually.
okay. You know, I've
He
heard
does
Tony Rock has a
comedy.
brother that
yeah.
does comedy?
Yeah.
He does, yeah.
Oh, all right.
Good
Yeah.
actor. Good actor.
Oh, the best.
Yeah. You know who's good? Who doesn't get a lot of? I don't hear a lot of comics talking about is Jesse Pop. Have you guys heard of him?
Jesse Pop, the name sounds familiar.
Mm-mm.
Real funny. Also kind of dry.
Okay.
He reminds me of Bargatze and him are similar. I don't think Jesse Pop is clean particularly, but
Oh,
very
okay.
funny.
Yeah.
No, nothing.
No, I've never heard of him.
Not much to talk about then,
Sorry.
really.
Sorry.
I'm trying to think. What about you, Brandon?
Who have I been into?
Yeah.
Well, I saw that Attell thing. I don't know. I haven't really been watching a lot of comedy recently. I've been getting more into shows that I've missed out on, like Silicon
Mary
Valley.
Tyler Moore.
Silicon Valley.
Oh no, I
Just
didn't
started
see that
watching
one.
that.
No, is
It's
that
the
good?
That's
Mike Judge
great.
one.
Yeah.
I heard
Oh,
Mike
yeah,
Judge
I've
on
heard
That's
good.
Mike Judge was on the Nerdist podcast and he was talking about it, so I started watching.
That's
it.
a
I like it.
podcast I want to start listening to.
Oh yeah, it's a great
Nerdist.
one. Great
I've
podcast.
heard
yeah.
these podcasts.
Oh, you know
interesting.
who I have? He's not a stand-up, but I love his stuff. Nathan Fielder. Do you guys know the
That
TV
sounds
show
really familiar.
Nathan for You?
Yes. Yeah.
It is. This is
maybe.
like the funniest
Yes.
stuff. This is. I watch reruns on YouTube of like segments from the show,
Do you know? Are you
and
familiar
I
with the
still
show,
laugh
Darren?
out loud.
No,
about
I
it.
haven't. I
No?
don't know it,
He,
no.
yeah, go ahead. Explain
He
what he does. It's so
does-
funny.
They don't put
it's-
that on at the senior center. Usually it's Matlock or the other.
It's weird to explain what he does. He goes in the premise of the show is he goes into failing businesses to try to reinvigorate sales
Yeah.
in unique ways. But all of the things that he does are just
Ridiculous.
ridiculous. Ridiculous to
Like
the
a
point.
Michael Scott kind of thing, or
No, not Michael Scott. Like,
something completely
he's-
different from what I said.
Nathan,
maybe?
like he does, like he makes it like so it's ironic what he's doing.
Yeah.
But
And it's the people are kind of on board, but not really. And he's like, "No, I'm a professional. You can
Is it a
trust me."
real? Like, are the people real?
Yeah.
Is anything
I
real?
think they are real.
Yeah.
He did.
Oh, okay.
He was he was behind Dumb Starbucks. Do you remember that?
Yeah, yeah.
When there was a Dumb Starbucks
Yeah,
that opened
yeah.
up, and so he was behind that. He did that for a show.
Yeah.
And he's done like a couple different like videos that ended up going viral, but like all that stuff happened before it even came out in a show. Do you remember a viral video that came out a couple years ago about like a
yeah.
pig rescuing a baby goat or something in a little pond like in a zoo?
Yeah, there was this YouTube video
It
where
sounds familiar. for
a
some
baby
reason.
pig. Oh, we have a
Firefly.
firefly in here.
Oh,
That's cool.
Firefly. Is that part of the sponsor?
Oh, hey,
Oh.
you should mention that. This beer I brought is from Firefly, the brewery in Bristol.
Wow.
I think that Firefly came out of the bottle, didn't it?
It did, yeah. It's extra charge for that, but I don't know.
so.
Worth it. Worth
Yeah,
every
100%,
penny.
So
100%.
basically, there's this. It's like a baby goat that's drowning, and a pig jumps in and saves it, and pulls it away. And
Yeah.
it's like this video that got like 1 million views. Everyone's like, "Oh, that's so cute." And then it ends up that was just him setting that up. He had the whole thing choreographed for this.
He talked the baby
for the
pig
animal zoo.
into.
No, he
Well,
it was
he
like a
put-
petting zoo.
He put a
Yeah.
he put kind of like a plastic route in for the pig to kind of swim through,
Oh,
but you couldn't see that because it was under the water. So
and he tried to drown a baby goat. What?
I don't know.
No, the goat. There was no trouble. It was
Yeah,
really shallow.
it
It was just
wasn't-
all.
yeah.
It was
It was a
all smoke
robot
and
goat?
mirrors.
it was all
yeah, it was
it
a
was all
robot goat.
smoke and mirrors.
It was Hollywood. You know, he went down
Oh,
to Hollywood.
okay.
He went to Acme. He
But
got
everybody
himself.
thought like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, everyone's
this
like, oh, it's so
proves that
real.
animals
So
care.
basically,
It
they
just
were just
on
trying
its
to
own went viral.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
get. Yeah, and they were trying. He was trying to. What he did was he went to this petting zoo
Yeah.
that was like needed business, and he said, "Listen, if you just stage this viral video, more people will come." And that's what he did. He made them do it, and they were like all serious, and he was just, "Yeah, we'll get the
Wow.
pig." And yeah, it was, I don't know, it was just funny.
But he's done
Yes,
he's
yeah.
done so many other stuff. Like he did.
He's done so many other stuff.
He's
That
done.
Doesn't make any
eh,
sense.
Fucking.
He's done so many other things.
He did I don't know how interesting it is going to be just talking about the stuff that he's done, but he made people go to he had people go into a gas station and he advertised like the lowest gas in the state. Like
Yeah.
at that point, gas was going for like over $3, and he had it advertised as $1. So everybody that was going in wanted the gas for that price, but you had to get like a coupon in order to get the gas for that price. But the catch was the coupon was like at the top of a mountain, So like these
All
people,
right, yeah, yeah.
people had to trek to the top of a mountain in order to get the coupon.
Yeah.
But once they got to the top of the mountain, he started making them do like it became like a scavenger hunt. So like he had like 3 or 4 people out there for like overnight into the next day who
Yeah.
were like doing all these like scavenger hunt type things at the top of a mountain.
Wow.
To try to get gas
to
for
try
a
to
dollar.
get gas and
Then they're
like
like, wait a minute, it's only gas
the
for a dollar.
yeah, it showed
Yeah.
like what their savings were going to be like
Yeah.
after being stranded with him at the top of the mountain for like 18 hours. It was one lady saved like $14.
Oh man.
It was insane, but like he's got a bunch of other stuff that's just as
Wow.
funny
And
as
he's very
that.
dry, and he's very like he'll ask people to do ridiculous things like with a straight look on his face. Yeah, it's really funny. Nathan,
Yeah.
for you.
Tries.
I
good.
can keep going on about everything he's done. It's all hilarious. I think you would really like him a lot.
Cool.
So, what do you want to plug anything? I know we talked a little bit about what you have coming up, but we're
Yeah,
getting toward
just
the end. So.
you know, that Box 63 is a semi-new show that's happening at Box 63 in New Haven.
Yep.
And Marty Caproni's headlining it, so it's going to be a high-quality show. And that's a Vinny Beetle show, so I think he'll be hosting it. I'll be on it. Rob Santos, Brian Berganier, a couple other people.
That's a killer lineup.
Yeah, really good. And then
How much time are you doing on that one?
I don't know. I'm not sure
Or
yet.
just said come
I'm
down.
not sure. But yeah, then after that is Kareem's show out at the Painted Pony in Bethlehem. And then I'm going to be in the contest after that. And I will also be, if anybody's, I'm going to go on vacation.
Oh,
Yeah, so that's.
where are you going?
Probably South Carolina.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I
Pretty
like
cool.
South Carolina.
Yeah,
Myrtle
yeah.
Beach or?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, cool. I used to go there every year.
Somewhere in there I'll be getting down there. So that'd be cool. What else is going on? Yeah, I don't really have anything else to
Did you look
plug.
up anything down there to try to get a show or
I
anything?
did, but then I was like, you know, everybody's
Yeah.
schedule would have to revolve around me, so
Yeah.
probably not going to do that. They have a couple good. Actually, I looked up one of the clubs down there. This interests you guys. They do shows every night of the week. There's something going on. They have a
Really?
comedy club every night of the week. So
Wow.
Oh wow.
But I guess Myrtle Beach, you know, it's
Yeah.
like a
Yeah,
vacation
I can see
area.
that,
People
yeah.
are going out every night.
I wonder if you can get on a show or how hard it would be to get on a show down there.
Look into that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Maybe I
probably
will.
like a Myrtle Beach comedians comics webpage.
Yeah. If I wanted to, I should.
Well,
Probably
Myrtle
look
Beach
that
is
up.
really transient. It's one of those towns like in the winter
Yeah,
it's dead,
yeah.
in the summer
Yeah.
everyone just goes there to work. So there might be a scene, but there might not be. You never know. I don't know.
Could be.
That's true.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Cool. What
So
about
it's
you?
This
True.
Friday, I'm doing Off the Cuff with KJ at Fast Eddie's Billiards Cafe in New Milford, Connecticut.
Ooh. Okay.
Now, is that
And
like an
there's-
ongoing show? Have they done that before? Is that a new thing?
I think I don't think at this particular place she's done it, but she has.
I know she books a lot of stuff up that way, right?
No,
Well,
that was
the one
you were
she-
in Torrington,
yeah.
right?
I don't. Maybe she must have.
New Milford's pretty far from Torrington.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Come on, you work in Danbury at,
Yeah.
at the McDonald's, so you know.
Yeah, New Milford, Connecticut.
It's Panera, okay? It's
Oh,
not McDonald's.
Okay. Are you still making the bread, or did they?
I'm soup guy now. I'm a
Okay.
soup guy.
Oh, soup guy, huh?
Yeah.
You make the bread and get gum in it like Kramer.
Yeah.
I have July 22nd. It's a Wednesday at the Funny Bone. It's a free show. If you hit me up, I can get you free tickets, no drink minimum.
Who else is on that show? A lot of people on that show, right?
Yeah, I don't have it in front of me right now because I'm a horrible human being. But come out. It's funny. And then I'm going to be in the comics contest on Wednesday, August 12th with Pat Oates. He's won.
Yeah, you and Pat are on the same
Me
night.
and Pat,
How about
yeah.
that?
And I hit him up. I'm like, what, did you need a ride? He's like, no, I had nothing to do with that. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that
Who
should
else-
be fun.
Anybody else on your night who?
No one that I know specifically, you know. So I don't know names that I do recognize, but nobody I know. He knew a few of the people, so should be fun.
Nice.
Yeah. Anything else you want to? No. All right, guys. This has been fun.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank
Flew
you for
by.
coming,
Real.
Darren.
Yeah.
Thanks.
After months of begging, we finally let you come on. So
I really, that.
I
let
want
that
that
be a
$2,
lesson
by the way.
to you kids.
$2.
If you want something, just keep whining and complaining until
Yeah,
you get it.
eventually you'll get in. All right, guys.
thank you for coming
night.
on. Good night.
Thanks, guys.